Alrighty, hey guys. So I've been working on this server. Me and my girlfriend have been playing on this server here for Minecraft for a couple months now. It's a mod pack that I built myself, and I'm almost to the end game of pretty much everything that you can do in this mod pack. Well, in any mod pack, if you really think about it, because I got basically all the mods that really matter. So I just thought before the server starts getting unstable and dies, as is customary with any Minecraft server that I run, I'd give a tutorial slash I guess tour. Now this will be a multi-part series just because there's so much that's been done. Um, that I really couldn't. There's no way that I could figure out that I could go over everything in one video. So if you're interested, stick around. There will be more to come. So the way I kind of wanted to do this is just kind of to start from the beginning and work my way up to some of the big projects that I've done, including the sixth iteration of a reactor that the nuclear reactor that I've been building and working on for reasons that you'll understand later in the video or in the series, anyways. Excuse me, I got a bit of a throat thing going on. It's you know spring in Texas, so it's raining and storming, and well, and what you're hearing is actually from the game. But yeah, so I apologize if I have to clear my throat a lot. So for starters, in any mod pack, any modded version of Minecraft, one of the first things that I think about is storage. Now, I do have the simple storage network mod, and I did use that for a little while in the beginning. And that's a very simple mod to use. It's similar to refined storage, but not as technical and doesn't require any power. And you can just hook up external storage to the network and use it that way. Meaning, I had I can show you. This room still exists. This room here was completely filled with chests that were linked into that storage network that I fed cables up to here for to use. I have later since um, put in a refined storage system, and the reason is because when the further you get into these mod packs, especially these big technical ones, storage space becomes a really huge issue. So you need something like refined storage, or applied energistics, or even the Mekanism QIO drives. Uh, I avoid the Mekanism one just because you almost have to be at the end game of Mekanism to even use it, and to get to the end game in Mekanism, you need a lot of storage. So I refined storage is my go-to on any mod pack. I always start out with refined storage as soon as I can get it. And you'll see here, I have some pretty big disks. I got the extra disk mod, but I've got an infinite storage and an infinite fluid. I will never fill those up. Obviously, they say they're infinite. They're not really infinite. Eventually, if you put too much shit in them, they do just destroy the server. You can. I've actually done that before. You can actually kill a server by putting too much shit in a storage unit, even if it is technically quote unquote infinite. It won't stop you from putting stuff into it, but it sure as hell will destroy the server. Alright, and all this right here is actually part of refined storage. These are network transmitters for various different network interfaces that I set up around both the overworld and different dimensions. And you'll see why I need those, why or what I'm doing with those at a later time. But for now, in order to progress, you need large amounts of resources. And you can Mekanism is a good mod, especially in early game if you can get your hands on about 18 diamonds and don't mind spending about an hour crafting and getting all the various machines and power generation up to build the digital miner, which will mine selected resources from from your local area, and you can move it around if you've got capacitors and stuff to mine different resources. But I have found, especially when you're talking about early game or even mid game, that as good as the digital miner is, and you actually can trick it to mine out a huge hole in the ground where it'll just mine everything. You can do that. But there is a much better way, much more efficient way of getting resources. But before you can do it, the what you have to understand is that um, quarries and things like that require ass loads of power. So one of the first things I focus on after I've gotten, one of the first things I'll do is I'll build like windmills or a geothermal power from immersive engineering. And I used to have a bunch of windmills up here that I use for power generation, mainly just to get the storage network online. But what you really want to focus on is, you know, much bigger power generation. And what I've built here is this is a gas burning generator from Mekanism. And I know a lot of people don't like going the gas burning generator route just because it requires it to be constantly fed. But if you build one of these handy, they're all different machines working in tandem, but I kind of consider it a multi-block because it's all part of one system. So what I've done here, and as a reminder, this is for power generation, and I'll go over how much it generates in total. So all you need for these is you need some garden cloches from Immersive Engineering. You need a water supply, and I've got down here, if I could see it, a sink from Pam's Harvest Craft. It provides infinite water. You can just hook these pipes up to it and have it suck the water out infinitely into these garden cloches where you put your dirt and your seeds and it'll grow wheat. And then you got your chest here where it collects, and then we've got some logistical transporters that will bring those seeds and wheat into this crushing factory that will crush it into, let's see if we can see here. Come on. It's really laggy right now. Biofuel, which will go into here. It's a pressurized reaction chamber. And crush these into substrates and lithium, or not lithium, ethylene. Yeah, lithium and lithium. I keep saying lithium. Yeah, substrates and ethylene. Now you need the substrates. I think I've gone over this in another video before. You do need the substrates to create the HDPE sheets and pellets for later game and Mekanism, but I've already collected about 100,000 of them, so I'm just trashing them. So I got the ethylene being piped out the front here. And again, this is an infinite source of fuel. These seeds will grow forever. They will never stop. As long as you've got power and water in those garden cloches, they will grow until the end of your server. So this will provide an infinite source of ethylene, which I then have piped into, I don't really have piped into this anymore. This is for a different part of the build. Piped over to here into this chemical tank that is feeding this gas burning generator that is charging this induction matrix, which is basically just a late game big old multi-block capacitor battery type thing. And then this thing is powering the rest of this base. Now I do have a wireless interface up here, because you see these little blue things on top of stuff. This is a flux point from Flux Networks. I've got a wireless interface over here for, this was my main power network for a long time. And I could just throw down flux points on machines almost anywhere, any dimension, anywhere in the overworld, doesn't matter. I could throw down a flux point connected to this network, this one here, Mr.Toodles network, and it will provide power to that point. There is a limit. If you get too many machines connected to the same network, it will max it out. But yeah, that's how I powered this base for a very long time. And actually, just this standalone part of the base is still powered by that. I haven't changed that, but I'll go over the reactors and stuff for other things later in this multi-part series here. And once you've got power situated, you're gonna want to go get. Well, before you go get a bunch of materials, you're going to need a way to process those materials, and this is a setup I have here. Again, Mekanism, and keep in mind, most of what I've done on this server is Mekanism based. I've kind of woven in other mods just to kind of make things a little bit easier. But trust me, once you start, because I'm going to show you what all this is for here in just a minute. And once you start using all this, you need to have this set up. This is an ore tripling processing center that I built here, like my chair, my computer network. Look, Gail's on. She's on. This is a purifying factory with a electrolytic separator. I'm just dumping the hydrogen into the atmosphere. You need the oxygen to go into purifying factory, and then you put your ores here. They go into here. They turn into dirty clumps, which go into here, and then they get crushed into dusts. And then the enriching factor, no, they get crushed into chunks or some shit like that. I don't know. Or maybe I'm tripping. They go here, and then into the ultimate enriching factory. And then that crushes them into their final dust. So you get one, you put one ore in here, and by the time it gets here, it turns into 3. And then this will smelt it, and then use an importer to put it into the computer network. So that's important. You got to have ore processing, especially you're going to want ore tripling. I never went beyond ore tripling. Not that it matters, because I'll show you something else that's pretty cool later too. But if you want to get large amounts of ore, sure, you could go mine. You could even get the digital miner from Mekanism, which is, it's a good tool, especially early game. It's pretty OP. But when you get to some of the things that I've been doing here, you're going to want something a lot bigger that can get a lot more shit. And this server is quite laggy. I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, this is an altar that I destroyed. It's getting pretty laggy on this server, but here. So this is what I was going to show you. This is what I mean when I say you need a lot more shit. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up a waypoint here. This is going to be for our quarry. And now I need this. I need the transmitter, I need the receiver. Yeah. You need your builder. You're going to get a builder from RFtools. Chunk that down right there. And I got the wrong shape card, but it's fine. I'll fix it in a minute. You want to put down your network receiver somewhere here. Let's get our. Oh yeah, you need a storage. You need some kind of storage directly above it, and then you need your importer, and then you get your network receiver. Put that there. I got me a flux point to connect to my flux network. I'm gonna throw that on the back of this machine. It's already connected to my network. This now has power. I need to make sure I put up speed upgrades and a stack upgrade. And now with this network receiver, I'm going to get my network card, shift right click to get the coordinates to this guy, go back to the main house, and throw down, where is it? This transmitter here, and chunk this network card in there. And now we have access to the network here. Oh shit, you know what? I need a... Oh fuck, what the hell happened here? Why did I come to... Whoa! Lag. I need the correct shape card. I need the clearing quarry. I guess you don't need the clearing quarry. This shape card is good because it'll replace everything that it mines with just dirt. But I really like to dig out big ass holes in the planet. So, all right, we got our clearing card. We're gonna shift right click here. This will be the first corner, the builder. I'm gonna go way the hell over here. I'm gonna find my second corner, put it about right here, and then I'm gonna make a V this way. I don't really know where that I left that. It's over there somewhere. And we're gonna dig straight on down. I don't recommend digging straight down if you don't have good armor or a way to put out a fire if you fall in lava. But luckily I've got a mech suit on and I'm basically invincible in this thing. All right, we're going to shift right click here. All right, settings are copied to the shape card. I'm going to go find our builder. I know it's over here somewhere. I just don't know exactly. Ah, there it is. I didn't get, I wasn't off by too much. All right, throw this bad boy in here. Start it, and bam, there it goes. It's mining. Now what that does is this entire area from where I clicked over here, it's way over there. Eventually, all this will be just a gigantic hole. Whoa, it's a lag. We got no frames. I think my game's about to crash. Oh god, okay, stop. Oh yeah. And what this is, this allows this to connect. All this connects this storage, this chest to the storage network at home. I could throw a crafting grid on here, and I'd be able to access the whole network from here. So that's why I have all those transmitters back at the house, because it's transmitting so I can access my home base network from anywhere I go. But yeah, if not for the frames, eventually this would mine a huge hole all the way down to bedrock, and all of those resources would be transmitted back to your home base. And trust me, you'll need all the resources you can get. I haven't used them all up yet. I still got a couple million of these different things. But yeah, so that's I think that's about where I want to stop today. That's basically just the home territory, the basic. I say basic, but it is kind of basic, especially when you're talking about doing things on a scale that I've been doing. And again, I'll show you those in all that in a later video. That's the basics to getting decent ore processing set up. A relatively cheap way of generating energy with this system here, which generates infinite ethylene to power your gas burning generator and charge up all your batteries. I showed you guys how to use the flux networks for wireless power transfer, unlimited range, and how to use the builder from RFtools to mine infinite resources, and also how to connect your builder to your refined storage network wirelessly from anywhere in any dimension. Those are the things that I go for when I first start a new game, especially one on the magnitude that I built this game. I'll go over these crafters and things in a later video, and some of these other setups that I've got going on over here. I'll get the main base out of the way in the next video. And then after that, we'll move on to some of the bigger builds. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a good one.